Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, welcome to impromptu 1051 recording that I apparently suckered Tim into.
10:51. Oh, at night.
Yeah, at night, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, he just randomly called me and said, "Hey, can you come down to my house for 15 minutes?"
Yeah,
No
come down.
explanation.
Yeah, come down for 15 minutes and bring Far Cry 4 with you.
Yeah.
So,
Should have known what I was getting myself into.
you should have. You didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't see this coming.
No.
Anyway, the whole point of this was so that I could basically say, "Hi, everyone. How you doing?"
Hi.
We I've decided, and Tim's going to go with it because I don't think he cares, that his channel is going to be his channel. You remember it back in the day. He did his reviews. We put the Akiba Strip review, Akiba Strip. There you go, that's it. It's not suggestive if it's Akiba Strip.
You've ruined the pun forever.
I have, I'm sorry. I'll cut that out.
No.
You're right. But that's just more editing I have to do.
Exactly.
So if I don't do it, it makes it better for
You got
me.
all the workload on you.
Exactly. Anyway, where was I?
You talking about how it's going to be two separate channels?
Right, two separate channels. The one that we originally, or he has his Dracula review up that everybody gives him death threats for.
Yeah.
And
everybody hates the fact that I munched on Demon Souls and
yeah.
Way of the Samurai 3 actually got a lot of hilarious feedbacks. I think that was the one that told me that I needed to go chew on wood.
Yeah, chew on wood because you're from the South.
Right, go
and
play more truck racer.
truck racing games, right.
Chew on wood.
So Vigilante 8, I guess, is what he wanted you to play.
I can't even be, angry at that. That's just hilarious.
Right. But anyway, basically from now on, his channel is his channel, and Games Prower is going to be mine. I'm going to do it mostly by myself, probably. And whenever I can get Tim to join in, I will get him to join in, and we'll still do the both of us. If you want to unsubscribe, then that's fine.
No, fuck you guys. Don't unsubscribe. It's going to be awesome. Matt by himself is going to be... He's going to be a lot more streamlined. He's going to be probably a little bit funnier now that I'm not here to drag him down. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to admit it. A lot of the reasons we kind of miss deadlines and stuff is because we
didn't set them.
I've gotten far too busy. And to say that I'm too busy for this show is already an insult into itself. But I do. I've got aspirations and I've got things that I'm working on that I'm trying to make a career out of. And it may succeed, it may not. I'm not against coming back and being on videos at all, especially if he wants to play old Resident Evil games, anything in the PlayStation era.
Something
basically.
you really like, something that we need 2 players for, things of that nature.
Yeah. Yeah, bring us in for a couple of Wii U games.
Cool. I've got plenty of those.
Don't we both?
Yeah.
But that's basically it. The channel's not going anywhere. It's just going to be kind of a different format now with Matt doing it by himself. But don't listen to him. He's always going to sell himself short. He's funny. Even by himself, he's funny enough to carry a show by himself. So stick around. See how he does with 3 or 4 videos in before you make a decision. I think you'll like it.
I appreciate that.
I mean it. I'm not just saying that to kind of bow out graciously. I'm not a graciously bow out guy.
Well, you're right. You do have things that you're really interested in doing, and they're things that could actually end up netting you money in the future. Something to secure your job in the future, basically. Something.
Let's hope. On a lighter note,
worthwhile.
Hey Matt, why the fuck are we making them stare at this?
We're making you stare. Yeah, there's not enough space for storage on my PlayStation 3. It says that I need 7,223 megabytes.
We just freed up 4,000.
I just freed up 4,000, and now we need this much. And we were like, that can't be right. So we looked on the back of the case, and the back of the case, sure enough, says that Far Cry 4 needs 10.5 gigabytes to actually put on the hard drive so that you can load the world, I guess. Specifically to keep it from loading?
There's very little loading time. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5. Once it loads, that long load at the very beginning, That's little loading afterward. For missions or going into bunkers and stuff.
But yeah, the fact that that's why this video is not going to be exactly what I want it to be. I want it to be basically, I told him, hey, come down here for 15 minutes and we will beat Far Cry 4 in like 15 minutes. Because I'll go ahead and just say it.
Spoil it.
Because, I mean, it's not going to happen because I can't free up any more space. Basically, when you get into the game, the very beginning, you sit there right across from the main villain, Pagan, and he has two people with him besides you, and he stabs one of them in the back with a fork, and walks off because he has other business to take care of, probably killing or torturing, both.
He goes to torture the guy he stabs in the back.
Yeah. So anyway. He tells you to remain seated and enjoy the crab rangoon. And if you play like you're supposed to, you get up and start moving around and eventually see everything in the mansion that you're supposed to see. However, if you choose to listen to the villain / I guess antagonists. Can we really classify him as the villain?
Far Cry has always had a weird way of classifying villains. They're always quote unquote charmingly evil.
Right. Which Far Cry 3 didn't have at all.
A lot of people believe it was, but I disagree.
No, I disagree too.
Pagan's better, but that's probably just because he's played by Troy Baker, who is awesome in everything he does.
He is awesome in everything he does. I agree. Very nice guy too. But anyway, if you wait 10 minutes and just sit there at your chair and not move, Pagan comes back into the room with his pink trademark jacket off, and he's got like a frilly white kind of shirt on.
Of course he does.
And he's like, oh, the crab rangoon is delicious, isn't it? Now, let's put your mother's ashes right here, and let's go get into this helicopter, and we'll shoot things together. And you become his best friend, and the end credits play. And you basically beat the game in like 13 minutes. Whatever it takes you to start up, get to that scene, and go. So, that's what the original intention was.
And God help you if the original glitch happened where it cuts the audio.
Hopefully that's been patched out.
Hopefully.
I hope.
Big ass patch that started at the beginning.
Right.
Hopefully did that.
But there you go. But we did use this opportunity to get out that Games Prower will continue. I will be updating more often because, I didn't like the fact that we didn't update for 2 months and now we have not updated for, another week with nothing?
The Yiba last week. That's
right.
Pretty much it.
So anyway,
sorry about that.
No, you've already explained yourself. No problem. At least you're saying sorry about it, not going, "Hey, forget you guys, I'm out of here."
Well, no, it's because I know it's like every time that you were like, "Hey, you got time to record," and I'm like, "Shit, no, I don't." I've got people to talk to. I've got old men in business suits to fillet so that I can get somewhere.
Right.
So no, yeah, it hurt my feelings a lot whenever you'd show up and you are always excited about this. You always love doing this. You have fun. Your Blood Dragon, I hear, is really good.
It's awesome. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say is that you always look so into it, and it probably is better if I'm not here to keep you from.
Well, that's the thing. Me getting myself to do it is going to be the hard part. That's why I ask you. The only thing I'm going to require from you, you're still going to be a part of this, but you're going to be a very small part of it now until you show up on episodes, which I'll label which episode that he's in, so that way if you just want to see those, you can come back and watch those. If you don't want to watch just the ones with me in it, then that's fine too, and it'll, I won't say, hey, I'm by myself, but if Tim is in it, I'll say, oh, Tim's here, and we're going to play this. But I'm basically going to go to Tim and say, hey, Tim, a game that you have always wanted me to play, whether it's because it's good or whether it's because it's bad, just something that you've always wanted me to experience, and maybe this will encourage him to actually watch my video. And maybe,
I'll definitely watch your
maybe,
videos.
maybe I can get you to watch the video, and you'll be like, "Ooh, he's got a good idea there," and then it may spark your creativity in a different way. Maybe not necessarily, or maybe you'll see me play the game and go, I need to go get that game because I liked playing that, and I may want to play it again.
Yeah. No, I've got plenty. I mean, I went through you know, Matt went through the whole thing of like big World of Warcraft player, big online player, and he
Oh,
focused a
God.
lot of his time on online games, and so I was off to the side playing a lot, like from the end of the PlayStation 2 generation to the end of the 360 PS3 generation. I was the one playing all the console games, and he was off having fun in Azeroth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a
Having
shit ton.
fun.
Well, you had fun.
Having fun in quotations.
But I have a shit ton of games that I really would like him to play, and I think he'd enjoy them. So now this is his time to really see what he missed throughout that time frame.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. But that's basically the gist of it, and I don't want this video to be too honking long, so...
It's understandable. I want to ask you guys to do something for me. This guy sitting right next to me is talented, and he's never going to fess up to it. He's never going to own up to how talented he actually is. So get in those comments section. He's not telling you to do this. This is me. Get in that comment section and tell him, we want to see more videos, but only if you truly like them. Don't lie to him. If you like him, let him know.
Yeah, don't lie on the internet. You never do that.
This is coming from a guy who spent a lot of time talking to people online recently. Positive reinforcement is... It can take you from the worst day of your life to the best day you've ever had. And if you can spread that around the internet of all places, we're off to a good start. And he's a good artist. Get him to show you his picture sometime. He won't.
No.
Try and convince him.
No.
But keep watching Games Per Hour, people. It's going to be a good show. I guarantee it.
Tim guarantee. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
I will update very, very shortly with the first game that I'm going to be playing on my own. And I don't know, should I tell exactly what it is?
It's all up to you, baby.
I think I'll go ahead and say I have never actually played BioShock, the original BioShock. And it's something that all my friends and Tim have told me, hey, this is a game that you have to play. It's like a redefining time for first-person shooters when this game came out.
Especially for a guy that likes System Shock.
And I do. I like first-person shooters. That's one of my favorite genres.
That's the thing,
so,
though. To classify this as a first-person shooter is unfair.
Because it's so much
more.
It's deeper than that.
It's far deeper.
If Infinite is any indication of how deep a first-person shooter can be, I mean...
I think BioShock 1 is actually deeper than Infinite.
Really?
I know Infinite had a lot of the plasmids, but they kind of felt samey.
Mm-hmm.
I think BioShock did a really good job of making every plasmid... Is that what they're called, plasmids?
They're not called that in BioShock Infinite.
Whatever they're called. That's... they all felt very unique.
Right.
It felt like you were customizing your own character to your own play.
Okay.
So I think you'll love it.
And I think everybody else will too, if you haven't played it before, which you probably have. But this is something that I have always wanted to do, is take everybody, like, Tim, hey, I play this game. Oh, okay, I'll do it. But when you say that to your friends, you usually go, oh, you know, I'll go do that. I'm going to go do it now. And then you just go home and sit there and do nothing.
Pretty much.
So this is basically forcing me to prove that I played it by actually playing it.
Right.
So, cheers.
Cheers. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good show.
Thank you, guys.
I have no boxers on him. That's like sweat has sucked the